The Lake Catholic boys remain perfect and secure their first regional berth since their 2009 D2 State Final Four run with a tedious but effective 1-0 win over Hawken on Saturday afternoon in a D2 district final over at Perry. Make no mistake about it, Lake had to work really hard for this result, and if I'm being honest about it, if you would ask me coming into this match, you look at Lake, #1 in the state coaches poll pretty much all season. They are 18-0. They've given up 10 goals all year. Hawken had a rough run of form in the middle of the season. Really had to expend a lot of energy in that district semifinal to see off US on their home pitch in Hunting Valley. I probably would have said 4-0 Lake before this match, but to Hawken's immense credit, they showed up to play. They put in a fantastic work rate in this match, and they should be commended for the way that they made the Cougars work hard to see out this result. But I think this can be an overwhelming positive for both sides. Let's start with the winning side here in Lake. They dictated the attack in the opening 40. Make no mistake about it. The possession was fantastic. The runs on and off the ball were great. And they did, as they usually do, they were so smart and selective with their long service over the top. One of the things I absolutely love about this Cougar side is when they win balls in midfield, they're knocking around in midfield. They're not stupid and silly with their long service. They're not trying to just pump it into the offensive third and hope for the best and play route one soccer. They know where their moments are with long service, and that's a credit to them and how disciplined that they play through midfield into the offensive third. And the other thing that really struck me, honestly, with the attack for Lake was how active the defenders were in this match. Obviously, Jordan Bonchek gets the goal there, and Tommy Corso was getting some runs into midfield. Mitch Kotheimer was getting some really nice piercing runs through the middle of the park in this match, being very dangerous to the edge of the offensive third. And they were given those defenders a lot of space through midfield and a lot of respect, and allowing them to just work in there. And when you're seeing the defenders get involved in the attack, I think that's a really nice thing for Lake, and really adds to the overall quality that they can boast in the attack. But the problem was as great as they were in the opening 40, it didn't quite carry over to the second half. And it probably had something to do with trying to protect a 1-0 lead, and it had a lot to do with the fact that Hawken's work rate and their combo work through midfield was a lot better in the second half than it was in the first half. But Hawken, again, was just great in this match. They were steady in the defensive third, organized in the back to keep it a 1-0 lead, when in truth, given the quality Lake had there in the opening half, they probably deserved a little bit more than 1-0, but they didn't get it. And Hawken pushed hard for an equalizer. I love the combo work. That's probably as good and effective as anybody has been against Lake this year with combination play through midfield. That's typically something that the Cougars snuff out pretty easily. But Hawken was having their moments here. Aiden Bobrow had a really nice match here. Donnie Jones was getting some runs up top. And Tommy Dell and Adam Wisniewski and that group in the defensive third was very solid. They made Lake earn this result, and they should be very proud of that. They got some young guys in the side that'll be back next year. And you guys need to know that you did very well here in a circumstance where on paper you were the underdog, and you made one of the best teams in Ohio, regardless of division, earn it. With Lake, they go into regional competition next week with another style of match that will help them going into regionals. We talked a couple weeks ago that 8-1 route at Geneva. Geneva played a really high back line. Lake nearly set a world record for offside calls in that match. That's something you can adjust from and learn from. And this is 1-0 dogfight is absolutely something that you can learn from and use going forward. They got this match coming up against CBCA. You know how much of a News-Herald coverage area killer CBCA has been through the years. That'll be a great match. Really looking forward to seeing how that plays out. But Lake remains perfect. It wasn't easy. It was tedious, but it was effective. 1-0 win over Hawken on Saturday.